Alright, so here's my apartment. It's still a little messy, I just moved in. This is my huge closet. Not unpacked yet. My dining room. My kitchen. My stupid little fridge with the tiniest freezer. My bed. My cute little bathroom. And the view. That's the airport right there. Or the runway, I guess. And that's it. Goodbye.
That sounds like a motorcycle.
this is just driving through the town. Nothing too special, but I thought I'd show everyone what the town actually looked like. That's Kotzebue Bay. And this coming up is where I lived for the very first time when I first moved to Kotzebue. It's like a Chinese / everything restaurant, and I got to live upstairs for about 3 nights. So that yellow building, that's the hospital there. And right there is my apartment building. I was on the other side on the 2nd floor. That's the apartment you saw in the beginning of this clip. So if you realize in a lot of these houses, there's a lot of junk, it seems. It almost looks like a bunch of junkyards. But basically, people don't throw anything away here. They never know when they're going to need something, and being closed off to the rest of the world, when you need something, you can't get it within, a day or two. It takes weeks. So people tend to just hold on to stuff, never knowing when they'll need it or when someone else will need it. So straight ahead there is the airport, mostly for those small bush planes. There are seaplanes on the other side, and then Alaska Airlines is the only major airline that flies into this airport. I had to put my gloves on there. A little chilly. Yep, it's cold. I think this might have been in September, maybe October. That is Kotzebue Bay, and if you look way out there, there's mountains. They look tiny, but they're not. That's the airport. I think there were some seals out there. Doing a little dance for you. And now we're heading south on the beach. There's a lot of huts up here, mostly fish camps, where they fish in the summer and hang their fish up to dry and where they hang out. Put my other glove on there. So these are all the little huts where everyone does the fishing in the summer. Little fish camps. Yeah, that's where the sewage system is. Stinky over there. That's salmon out to dry. So they'll have it all winter long. And then I believe they smoke it after they dry it out for a while. I think that's how it works. Sled dogs. Hello. Don't mind me, guys. So this was actually in the summer. This is a different clip. You can see more salmon hanging out there. And actually, that's all smoke out there over the water. Remember, you could see it moving. It was really interesting. I thought it was just clouds, but there were a lot of forest fires in Alaska last summer, so that's what that was. Smoke just hanging out over the water, moving in slowly. Those purple flowers are called fireweed. They're really pretty, but towards winter, they start to almost burn up, which is why they call it fireweed, because it turns into like a black color when it's dead. And there's that smoke. You can see it kind of floating on the water. It was crazy. So coming up here is an old barge that washed ashore. I don't remember how long ago, but it's been there for a long time. Look at that thing. It's all old and rusted. So coming up here, this is called Lavon's Fish Camp. It's actually a fish camp that you can go and stay at. It's almost like a little resort. She used to be a nurse up there in Kotzebue, and now she's running this every summer. And you can go and learn about the Inupiat culture. You can fish. Sometimes you even see bears out here. It is very rustic, but there are great people that come here, and all the locals come. Actually, a friend of mine, Joanne, she's good friends with Lavon, and she hangs out there during the summer, and there's kids that hang out, and they eat, local foods. So it's a pretty cool place. And actually, that road on the beach right there, people drive their cars down here, and it's a long stretch of beach, but it's all gravel. So people drive down there and go to Lavon's or go fishing, make fires, drink, hang out. Now this is the Tundra. This is further inland, and there's actually a clip I'll show you in a little bit of me walking on the Tundra. It's pretty interesting.
When you see bear poop, they've been eating a lot of fish. You can see the fish eggs in the poop. Hey, see this one? Hey, come on.
So now we're driving on Ted Stevens Way. This is a big road that circles out into the middle of the tundra. It's a few miles long and circles back to the town. Gonna drink my beer. That lady was in a tank top and it was probably about 40 degrees. She's crazy. So out there on the tundra, there's a bunch of blueberries and cranberries, which I didn't expect there to be up here, but there was a bunch. So this is me walking on the tundra. There were places where my foot would sink in an inch. In other places, it would sink in maybe a foot. It's definitely not easy to walk on the tundra. Lots of rolled ankles happen. It's interesting. Then you see the cranberries and the blueberries? That's a blueberry. The little red ones are the cranberries, which are not normal cranberries like we have in the lower 48, but they're little tiny cranberries, and they're really good. That's right there. That's a salmonberry, or a cloudberry, they're also called. They're okay. They don't really have too much of a flavor. And out here, we took the four-wheeler all the way out there, and we're kind of on the top of a hill, and that was all the smoke that was coming through, and I just thought it looked really cool up there. It was almost like I was in a completely different country. This is when we went out camping one night. I think this is only a couple miles from the actual Arctic Circle, and I just went for a little stroll. And this is like a little river, I guess. Yeah, because it doesn't really connect to the ocean. You could see a bunch of caribou footprints, which was pretty cool. And bird prints. And it's winter. So up here is the Northwest Arctic Heritage Museum. They have a cute little museum set up in there about the animals in the area, the Inupiat culture. It's a pretty cute little museum. They also do classes there. I took a painting class in a birch bark ornament class. They do a lot of birch bark baskets and different things out of birch bark up there, so it was pretty interesting. And now we're on the snowmobile, I think. Pretty sure, because it's going really smoothly. Now, as you can see, they don't really plow the roads too well. Most people have snowmobiles, and you obviously need to have snow on the road to drive one, so they keep it pretty packed with snow. I mean, some people do clearly drive cars around still, or walk, which is pretty much what I did most of the time. So this was probably in either October or November. There was still some daylight, so I'm guessing it was one of those months. But there was a lot of snow. So here we're walking into the post office, and I just thought it would be fun to show you guys what it looked like inside. And this is actually one of the best post offices I've ever been to. Everyone there was just so nice to me, very quick service. There are a lot of lines there, especially in the middle of the afternoon around noontime. As you can see, there's a line there. But very nice people. At least that's what I encountered. So there's just the bulletin board, stuff hanging up. Just realized we're on the four-wheeler, not the snowmobile, apparently. This was just a little craft fair that they had. I guess it was during Christmas. Obviously, there's Christmas stuff everywhere. I bought a few little knickknacks at this one. I think I bought the lip balm and an ornament, maybe. Earrings, maybe. But those are just masks that people make, and these are all natives, and they make all this stuff. It's really cool, the stuff that they make. They use animal fur, local vegetation, animal bones, mastodon tusks. There's some baked goods right there. Very nice people. Next to that little canoe, you can see there on the right, I just bought a little ornament. I think we were stuck in the snow. There we go. Wild hair. You can ignore that. So here's another little craft fair that we went into. And I bought that little guy, little caribou ornament made out of seal fur. Guess I don't really show you, but you can, there it is. That little guy. Oh, hello. So this is sheared beaver fur. It is probably the softest thing you will ever feel in your entire life. And I actually bought that pink one right there you'll see me go to grab. It's a little head wrap to keep my ears warm, and it is the warmest and the softest thing in the entire world. Worth every penny. And here are Sled dogs. This is actually the CEO of the hospital up in Kotzebue, and he is training his dogs. So this is a view of Kotzebue from a very tall hill, and that's the entire town there. So that's it for this video. I know it was long, so thanks for hanging in there. There's going to be a few other videos from Alaska posted pretty soon, so keep your eye out for those, and thanks again for watching.